Hello, and welcome to the Chugi Show. I hope everybody has been having a fantastic Saturday. Trying a little bit of a different setup today, as you can clearly see. I'm gonna be trying to do some things to make sure that I know when I have some sound and when I do not. So this should be interesting. Be sure to let me know in chat if you can, for whatever reason, uh not hear me, because sometimes when you're using a Mac and you're trying to do different things, it does some strange things, and you don't realize that, oh, I do not have sound, you cannot hear me. I have been talking to thin air for the last several minutes. It happens. It happens. And see, I can't. I try to have myself like going on a little bit in the background, but I can't get used to the idea of being able to hear myself while I'm trying to talk. So, so, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Interesting thing. But it also appears that I seem to be trying to even share this particular page when I shouldn't be. Should not be trying to share this page. So I want to double check here and make sure that I am, in fact, live on all the different places here, including Twitter. Yeah, we are live on Twitter as usual. We have 0 views. Oh, you gotta love it. So we got a lot to talk about this week. If you follow what's going on online, you know there's been a lot going on with Crowder, and then there started to be a lot going on with elizableu. So, Crowder is this big time content creator that does things on the right. He recently did some negotiating with another platform called the Daily Wire. And apparently, he decided that it made sense and was a good idea to call out their their contract negotiations, and he kind of blew them up, and everybody was like, ah! And it all lies with the issue that if he got demonetized on Twitter, that the contract apparently punishes him by reducing the amount that he would get paid. And a lot of people take issue with that. So let's go and find at least a little bit of that video here. There just ended up being this really big back and forth between him and the Daily Wire and all that great stuff. So the Daily Wire released a video saying he didn't really understand the contract, and then he responded with another video.
They don't get deals that
they can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a
So
little bit.
he felt that this was really, really unfair.
Wage slaves for a little bit.
they don't get deals that
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and
So
make a salary and grow their
we are
brand.
professionals here. Hold on a
They
second.
can be wage.
So after they released this video, he was releasing this, and he released part of, as far as we know, was a private conversation. Private conversation. Um, and apparently, Texas is a one-party consent, and so he didn't have to have his permission to record it. But depending on who you ask, it kind of feels maybe a little bit scuzzy. Maybe a little bit scuzzy. I've got to figure something out because apparently I still have this playing on in the background or something. It's a little bit annoying. Or it means that you all have an echo. So if anybody can confirm for me whether or not you have an echo. Let's see here. I gotta. Trying to figure this out. Like I said, we are professionals here. We are family and we are professionals. Hmm. Well, I've looked at a couple of things here and I can't figure it out. I don't know why there's such an echo. Alright, I think I got it fixed now. It may have been Twitter that I was hearing. Maybe that's what I was hearing. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, oh my god, like I said, you can always count on it being fun times. Fun times. So as I was saying here, he decided to release a second video after the Daily Wire came out with their video. And he had a conversation with the head of the Daily Wire, with somebody within the Daily Wire. And this is what he recorded here.
they don't get deals that
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make a salary and grow their brand. They can be wage slaves for a little bit. They can be wage slaves for a little bit.
they don't get deals that
They can be wage slaves for a little bit, come over and make
and
a salary and grow their brand.
yeah. So this was included in a tweet where he's like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. And like, look at that smile. I don't. There's something about the smile that even bothers me. Not only was he playing a private conversation, but the smile just kind of makes me go, like, why are you so pleased with yourself? This was a private conversation, and you are way freaking pleased with yourself. And there's people that are already under contract with the Daily Wire that, you know, of course, had thoughts about this, you know. And me, I just kind of figure, why do this? Why record a private conversation and release it like that? Just because you want to make a point? And what is the point that you're trying to make? Like, I think I can understand perhaps wanting to help the next generation. And if you go to his entire video and you watch it, you will you will see that he talks about that he doesn't want the future generations a to have a contract like that where um if they are demonetized on one platform, that means they get punished by having finances taken from them. And basically what he wants to see happen is he wants to see them make a different system that they don't have to rely on to YouTube, Facebook at all, that they don't need to figure that in to how it is that they are making their money. And I mean, that's fair. That's fair. They should be standing on their own and making money on their own instead of putting themselves in a position where they have to rely on big tech. And he was getting accused of it being about the money, and maybe it's not about the money. However, he's calling this the big con, and guess what website he registered months before, like a month before this ever happened, a month before he ever even released this video. Wait a minute here. That wasn't the right thing. I'm gonna have to enter it in. Daggone it. So long before he ever released that video, that conversation, he released the stopbigcon.com. And yeah. So if you believe Candace Owen from when she appeared on Timcast, then you will believe that he's been planning this for a while. That this is all part of a bigger plan to try to promote his own platform. And I will say this, that he does have an email address where you can, as a creator, can, I guess, pitch yourself to him. And I figure I would never stand a chance because, like, I mean, what the fuck? Half the time my sound's not working right. And even though I have 1,000 subscribers, I'm lucky if I at any given time get 3 people watching my show. And I'm not, exactly got the body of say Candace Owens, which, some people might not think she's all that good looking. And some people might. And so yeah. So I mean, at some point he knew this was going to be happening. He knew he was going to be making some kind of announcement. Maybe he didn't know that he was going to be playing this particular conversation that he played. But at some point he started making plans. There's just no really other way to look at it. And I know I've seen some people trying to, like, well, the fact that he is recording this doesn't matter. Well, I think it matters depending on what your values are. For me, I was someone that was never a member of Mug Club. I was never paying what I think I've heard is $100 for a year membership to have special access to anything. I was never the one that was doing that. But let's say that I was. If I think that recording a conversation and sharing that private conversation is a really crappy thing to do, why would I want to continue to give you my money? Why would I want to do that? And to some people, something like this is a big deal to them. They want someone that they can look up to and respect. And they don't want to be giving you their hard-earned cash if for one reason or another they feel that they can't respect you, that they can't trust you. And as a creator, let's say even if I was eligible to be one of the ones that he decided to invest in, should I trust and assume that he's not going to secretly record our conversation? Why should I assume that? Why should I assume anything? Why should I assume that I can trust him? So to me that's interesting. Maybe the Daily Wire does have, I don't know, bad contracts for people like Candace Owens and all these other people that they've signed. I don't even know who all is with them because I've never signed to the Daily Wire. I've never given them any money. And this whole situation doesn't leave me with any desire to give any of them any money. I sign up for Paramount Plus, let's say. I know what I'm getting. With these people, I don't always know what I'm getting. because they can sometimes say one thing, but then their actions end up saying something else, like recording what should have been a private conversation and releasing it. Why should anybody want to do business with someone that is going to do something like that? And I need to know where my drink is at. Alright, I'm going to be right back, y'all, because I need to get something to drink, and I apparently did not bring my drink in with me. So, there we go. Alright. Got my drinks now. So, yeah. In case you did not know, in case you had never heard, being a content creator is not easy. And from what I understand, Steven Crowder has never really tried doing this on his own. He's always had a team of people working for him and with him. Um, and I don't think that people like Candace Owens has either. I think she's always been, but supposedly he has so many followers that he could just go on his own if he wanted to, and maybe that's just what he should do. Maybe there really isn't anybody out there that can really give him what he's worth. I don't know. That is certainly possible because he apparently is worth a lot. He would bring, several 100,000 subscribers from Mug Club. And people, when he was with the plays, they paid quite a bit to be a part of this. So it's interesting. It's interesting in a number of ways, but I feel like those that are not happy with the kind of deals that the Daily Wire appears to give their talent, they seem to be wanting to just kind of be like, oh, so what? He recorded it. But for me, and because of my values and what I believe in, it does matter. And I look at this and I say, wow. If he thinks that it was okay to record this, then him and I do not share the same values at all. But I digress here, and we have some breaking news that I saw thanks to at Rekieta Lawyer. So let's get this blown up. They're just constantly finding documents just everywhere. Just everywhere. And it's kind of been like, oh, where are they not finding them? And so, as you may have heard, unless you've been living under a freaking rock, the FBI has apparently done a search of them, and this was something that we really hadn't been aware of until now. We were not really aware that this was going on. So, what exactly is going on? Let's find out. Let's read this here. FBI searches Biden and Wilmington's home and finds more classified material. And this was just posted today. They have found classified material in multiple places. And remember, this is what they are upset with Trump about. Okay? They are upset with Trump for all the multitude of documents. So let's see what it says here. FBI investigators on Friday found additional classified material while conducting a search of President Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home. 13 hours. And remember, what they had originally happened here is a couple months back. They decided to raid Trump over back and forth that they were having over classified documents. And then it finally got reported, well, it turns about that Joe Biden has some documents back from when he was vice president. Has anybody told Joe recently that these things are just not a good look? Not a good look. Has anybody asked Joe Biden? Oh, goodness. So, 13 hours. It took them 13 hours. Bob Bauer, the president's personal attorney, said in a statement during the search, which took place over nearly 13 hours, Josh possessed materials obtained within the scope of its inquiry, including 6 items consisting of documents with classification markings and surrounding materials. Wow. I wonder what surrounding materials means. Some of which were from the president's service in the Senate. The Senate! I thought we were just talking about when he was vice president. No. Y'all, it goes back. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. It goes back to when he was vice president. Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. Some of which were from the president's service in the Senate, and some of which were from his tenure as vice president. DOJ also took for further review personally handwritten notes from the vice presidential years. Wow. Why would personally handwritten notes matter unless the handwritten notes themselves contain classified information, or they possibly relayed knowledge of the fact that he knew those were there. And remember when this all first happened, okay? He was talking about what uh the former President Trump was found to have in his possession. He was just like, he had said in an interview, I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this. This is horrible. This is just horrible. Awful. How could he do this? Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I don't know, Joe. How could you do it? DOJ also looked for further review of personally handwritten notes from the vice presidential years. Those 6 items are in addition to payrolls previously found at Biden's Wilmington residence and in his private office. The federal search of Biden's home, while voluntary, marks an escalation of the probe into the president's handling of classified documents and will inevitably draw comparisons to his predecessor, former President Donald Trump, even if the FBI's search of Trump's residence was conducted under different circumstances. Yeah, that one was not so voluntary. Apparently, it was considered a raid. Apparently, this wasn't quite the same thing. I guess maybe they didn't need to get a warrant. The FBI 5 months ago obtained a search warrant to search Trump's Florida residence, Mar-a-Lago, an unprecedented step that was taken because federal investigators had evidence suggesting Trump had not handed over classified material in possession after he had seen the speedy to turn over classified documents to the National Archives. Trump's handling of classified materials is also the subject of a special counsel investigation led by Jack Smith. And there is now apparently some kind of special investigation that has been appointed. So, this is for him as well, for Biden. The search shows that the federal investigators are swiftly moving forward with the probe into classified documents found in Biden's possession. It was overseen by the office of Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney John Lausch. I guess that's been federation. Who has been handling the initial review of the Justice Department's probe. Lausch did not request any searches of Biden's property during his initial review, according to a source familiar with the investigation. He also did not wait for Biden's team to complete their voluntary search before recommending a special counsel. Robert Hoover, who was appointed a little more than a week ago, is still transitioning to his role as special counsel. A spokesman for the Justice Department tells CNN, "We expect the special counsel to be on board shortly. The FBI search was done with the consent of the president's attorneys. People briefed on the matter," said. The FBI also previously picked up documents found at the residence, which Biden's team disclosed last week. The search did not require a search warrant or a subpoena, according to a person familiar with the matter. Bauer said the representatives of Biden's personal legal team and the White House counsel's office were present during the thorough search, which they had full access to the Biden's home. Bauer added that the DOJ requested the search not be made public in advance in accordance with its standard procedures, and we agreed to cooperate. Well, the raid that they conducted for Trump was definitely very, very public. But I guess this was different because they were cooperating. Oh, you got some problems? Hey, Mike Taylor News. Thanks for joining. New Zealand's next prime minister says he will essentially hunt people down and vaccinate them. Nice. You're saying here that there's been 6 more. See, I don't know exactly how many have been found where. So I don't know the exact number that has been found for him, but it certainly keeps going up, doesn't it? Keeps going up. Material taking dates back to Biden's sit-in days. He has not been in the Senate for quite some time. The first documents were found by his private office on November 2nd, but not publicly revealed until earlier this month when CBS first reported their existence. Since then, another search in December found a small number of records with classified markings in the garage of Biden's Wilmington house, and a third discovery was made at the Wilmington residence in January when Biden's legal team searched the rest of the property for documents. They found him in a room adjacent to the garage. Why the garage? That's the thing that I don't understand. Like, they were just packing things up, and they were just like, let's just put this in the garage. That works. I put knickknacks in the garage at my parents. I have, like my My Little Pony toys that are all in a little box there. When I growing up, that was kind of a big thing, the My Little Ponies, and I have them all in this suitcase, and they're stuffed up into the rafters of the garage. But apparently I have been doing it wrong, and I should be keeping top secret stuff in my garage. Bauer said January of the same that once Biden's personal attorneys found the classified documents, they left the documents where it was found and suspended their search of the space where it was located. They found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place. Filed in the wrong place? Filed in the wrong place. Where were they supposed to be? Where would you have considered the right place? Where are they supposed to be, I don't know, in a hole 6 feet under? They were just filed in the wrong place. I was going to put them in a locker at the bus station, something like that, but, I just had them in a room adjacent to the garage. We found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place, Biden explained Thursday during a tour of storm damage in California. I think that you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets, Biden continued on Thursday. You shouldn't regret that an obvious mistake was made? What? That doesn't even make sense! Lord. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. No regrets. Neither Biden nor First Lady Dr. Jill Biden were present during the search. Special counsel to the president, Richard Sauber, said in a statement. Biden, Sauber wrote, has been committed to handling this responsibility because he takes this seriously, and he and his team are working to swiftly ensure DOJ and special counsel have what they need to conduct a thorough review. That still just cracks me up. I have no regrets. They were filed in the wrong place. It was obviously a mistake, but I have no regrets. And I don't understand. I don't. I don't understand. Powers said the investigation had full access to Biden's home during the search, which included personally handwritten notes, files, papers, binders, memorabilia, to-do lists, schedules, and reminders going back decades. Biden is spending this weekend at his Rehoboth Beach, Delaware home. Asked Friday by the Associated Press if the visit had anything to do with documents being found at Biden's Wilmington home, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre referred to the reporters to White House Counsel's Office of the Department of Justice, but said that Biden often travels to Delaware on the weekends. And I tell you what, the daily or weekly press conferences that they do have been really interesting, because she's like, I'm just going to keep referring you to the White House counsel. They keep trying to hit her with things that they feel like she should answer, and she just refuses. So there you go. There you go. That's kind of the latest on that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Well, what eventually what will happen? And there is another thing happening right now. Let's talk about elizableu. Elizableu is someone who has made a mark for herself as someone who is a survivor of human trafficking. That, for a lack of a better word, I guess, is her claim to fame. And as you can see here, there's a lot of talks that she is giving about that. She retweeted this missing person's name about missing and exploited children. But on January 20th, this happened. I'm going to address this one time and one time only. A non-consensual photo was posted of me yesterday on Twitter. The photos have been removed. The source of the photo has also been contacted, and I am prepared to escalate to the full extent of the law. But, so let's find out. There's more here. Twitter did an outstanding job, and they will be excluded from legal action. There won't be anyone else involved spared. I take things all the way, and I have no chill. We couldn't tell. We couldn't tell. I'm a survivor advocate, and that doesn't stop with advocating for myself as a survivor. I'd encourage my enemies to study the law. I have been for many years. It might stop you from making rookie mistakes in the future. But there seems to be some issues with that, and the issue seems to revolve around whether or not these were really non-consensual photos. Are you sure? Oh, okay, Mike. Hopefully, I'll still be live. It is possible that at some point, we will be transitioning, right to Rumble, and we might be doing some things just on Rumble. So, But what's the real story behind this? And was all of it really not consensual? The screenshot in question appears to have originated from a music video publicly available on YouTube for several years. Let's check out the notes here. The screenshot in question appears to have originated from a music video publicly available. Here was my note. The problem with the complaint about the images is that they are taken from the following public rap video. If she was coerced into doing the video, why hasn't she demanded YouTube take it down? It's interesting. So let's see what some of this says here. Dear everyone, a person named Brittany Whitney has been wrongfully censored and locked out of their Twitter account due to sharing a public video and asking questions on an old music video that elizableu did a while back. Account named Amanda Jean has falsely locked her out. I usually like to stay out of this, but recording someone and locking their Twitter account over public information and asking questions is absolutely ridiculous, especially over a public music video on YouTube that everyone could look up and see right now. So there's some interesting comments. Your account at Brittany Whitney has been locked for violating the Twitter rules. Violating our rules against posting or sharing privately produced, distributed, intimate media of someone without their express consent. If she's addressed it before, let me know, but I'm just quite curious because I came across this video like maybe she was trafficked, being coerced. I don't know. And then also, I'm reporting this for non-consensual image. You didn't have to post the screenshot, you salty hoe. Oh. Eliza's number one goon was in the thread bragging about reporting her. For everyone who doesn't know, the pics she posted were screenshots of a public YouTube video of Eliza appearing in rap music videos. So let's take a look at this video. Oh, and look! Oh, you're gonna love this. You click on the link, and guess what they tell us? The link you're trying to access has been identified by Twitter as our partners as being potentially spammy or unsafe. This link could fall into any of the below categories. Malicious links that could steal personal information or harm electric devices. Spamming links that mislead people or disrupt their experience. Violent or misleading content could lead to real-world harm. Certain categories of content that, if posted directly on Twitter, are a violation of the Twitter rules. Ignore this warning and continue. So I'm not gonna play the sound. This is actually this is elizableu. This is what she was in. And if you go down here, you can find more information. The song is Vibrant Thane. DJ mix / fun explicit. It's by an artist named Q-Tip. And look at all the comments. I'm wondering if this person. I wonder when's the last time, or I wonder if this person understands why this has blown up the way that it has. He's probably been like, what the fuck? This needs to be downloaded, uploaded on Rumble. Time for her to show she's all for free speech. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It could get a copyright claim on Rumble. I know that firsthand. After her last appearance on Timcast IRL, I decided to do a deep dive on her past, and it is mind-boggling bonkers. She has had multiple names: Eliza Cuts, Nose, Blue, among others. Before this part, where she tried to be like Amber Rose, she also tried to be Gerard Way's baby mama and was an emo makeup artist and stylist. And that is just the tip of the iceberg on her lore. Another person said she's a survivor of her own bad decisions. So, yeah. And let's see here. This was worldstarhiphop.com. So, that's who decided to do this. Let's find out more about them. Worldstarhiphop.com. Let's see if it pulls up site. So these are the kind of things that are generally posted on their website. I don't think what we were on is their official YouTube. This is going to give us their official YouTube. Let's see if we can figure out if that has her on there. Well, let's just read their description here of who it says that they are. The official Worldstar Hip Hop YouTube channel featuring exclusive music videos, premieres, comedy, behind the scenes, original series, and more. Worldstar Hip Hop is home to everything entertainment and hip hop. The number one urban outlet responsible for breaking the latest premiere music videos, exclusive artist content, entertainment stories, celebrity rumors, sports highlights, interviews, comedy skits, rap freestyles, crazy fights, eye candy models, and the best viral videos and more. Which I'm assuming that that's what that was. That was supposed to be saying, hey, check out this really hot model. That's kind of what I'm thinking was going on here. But I mean, maybe I have that wrong. I just want to double check here and make sure that we're doing good on sound. Because every once in a while, it turns out that we haven't had sound for a while. Because it's literally the joys of... Alright, good. We still have sound on YouTube. So that is what that is all about. That is what the hip hop thing is, and is what I plan on trying to do is I plan on trying to find out if Hip Hop World Star knows that they're claiming that this video depicts non-consensual information. It's like, do they know? And if they know, is there not a direct link to it? Since 2005, World Star Hip Hop has worked with some of our generation's most groundbreaking artists, athletes, and musicians, all who help continue to define our unique identity and attitude. We plan on continuing to work with only the best, so keep an eye out for all the exciting projects, collaborations we plan on dropping in the very near future. So, apparently, what we're looking about here was they wanted to let you know that this was a really hot model, is what it sounds like. This kind of sounds like to me is that they were saying, hey, check her out, she's so hot. It doesn't appear that the rap music video is necessarily about the music itself. It was just the song that they chose to use. And it's hard to say. It does not appear that she didn't know what she was doing. So let's do a search here on their website. And see if we can find let's just do Eliza. That's what she's known by in that video. Yeah, we've got the original right here. Huh. So this is interesting. Let's get this blown up. So just by doing a quick search here, you get to the original Eliza Knows. Shot by somebody named Video God at Eliza Knows. Is that a Twitter handle? No, is it Instagram? Sorry, this page isn't available. Or the page may have been moved. Go back to Instagram. Interesting. Huh. Is anybody commenting? So was she forced to do this? Oh my gosh. Some of these comments, oh my gosh. And everyone thought that this was from 6 years ago. No. This was from 7 years ago. The latest. Everything that I had seen that this was from 6 years ago. No. This was from 7 years ago. So I wonder if this Q World Star, if that's an Instagram page as well. It looks like it is. I'm wondering. Okay, so this is my. I'm doing this under my Director Heavy account. So I'm going. Wonder. It sounds. It sounds like this. I wonder if this man has passed away. Rip Q inspired me for life legend. Well, guess we cannot ask Mr. Q about this because apparently he has passed away, which is most unfortunate. So yeah, uh he was the man who originally filmed that for World Hip Hop Star. He was not the original one who did that song, but he was the one that posted it, and it is 7 years later, uploaded February 18th, 2016. Just very, very, very interesting. So I think we're going to make a post here. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a little post here. Just letting everybody know some things that we found out. Hell yeah. Free Britney is trending. So let's make. I found out some things about pictures and video. Took just took a few minutes. Here is the original link from at Hip Hop World Star. Wait, we need to get. I need to get their actual Twitter account here. Okay, World Star. World. It was originally posted February 18th, 2016. We're gonna go ahead and share what I'm typing here. And of course, I've always got to have all of the to 16. Fudge nickels. February 18th, 2016. The following official YouTube account. So let's get a picture of this. We wanna see, for me, the hard part here is wanting to make sure that I don't lose this. And then I'll be able to find it when I want to. Okay, I'm gonna add the photos here and hope that I can find it. It's really weird to me the way that they do this. Okay, here we go. My Mac is weird about things. I'm like, I close out of this, and where are you gonna put it? Am I gonna be able to access it? I think I'm getting this woman's name right. Life. Why did I say? Good Lord. Why am I wanting to say Carrie? Here's a from World Star. We posted 2/18/2016. I believe that is the correct date. Uploaded February 18th. Yes. Okay. Free Brittany. Brittany is the one that originally posted this. It is possible this video was edited to promote her as an upcoming model. It was shot by someone calling themselves Video God, who has passed away, according to the Instagram account. So I'm going to get some other things here. Oh, wait a minute. It was shot by Video God, but it was posted by Q World Star. Okay, Q World Star is the one that has passed away. I don't think. It, as you can see, it was shot by someone named at Video God. And uploaded by Q World Star. Comments on his most recent Instagram page appear to show he has passed away. Google Video God and see if we can figure out who Video God is. Okay, this appears to be. This appears to be him. Okay, wow. It has some, stuff on it here that I can't, okay. Let's see if there's, see if I can find it here. I've got to be careful about what I show because, dang. Some stuff that is definitely not safe for work on his website. But I'm gonna like that here. And then we need to pull up Q World Stars. I mean, he's a black man, but it doesn't seem to be the same black man. He was the World Star CEO. I'm just trying to confirm that this guy has actually passed away. Yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty here, and indicating that he has passed away. Okay. Hmm. Satisfied, I guess, that has been confirmed. Lord. I will send an email asking them if to their knowledge, at Eliza was a willing and in the video to their knowledge. I gotta the Instagram with the handle Eliza underscore knows no longer exists. But let's go to the way back machine and see if we can confirm that anybody has ever been like, ooh, I want to be sure I save this because dang, she's hot. And nothing I'm really doing here is hard, folks. It's not hard. Sometimes it's not that hard to define certain things. So loading. There we go. It's loading. Let's see what happens. I have to be careful here because she could have some very, very naughty pitches. I can't be sure. Sometimes you gotta be careful, y'all, when surfing the internet. You never be sure what you're gonna find. So this is all it's given me. really disappointed in you, Instagram and Wayback Machine. It apparently doesn't want to cooperate because I'm not logged in. I don't understand. So we can say no that it was reviewed 11 times between. It was saved 7 times from May 11th to January 21 of this year. It's for some reason just not going to work. And that's really very sad. Very sad. Alright, well, let y'all know what it is that I'm gonna do. I found out some things about the pictures and video for elizableu. Took just a few minutes. Here's the original link from WorldStar. Originally posted on 2/18/2016. The following is from their official YouTube account. It is possible this video was made to promote her as an up-and-coming model. And as you can see, it was shot by someone named Video God, uploaded by Q WorldStar. Comments on his most recent Instagram page appear to show he has passed away. Instagram no longer exists and could not be pulled up with the Wayback Machine. The internet. Let's see what's that. Let's add this here. Be pulled up via have existed as early as 2015. Google Eliza knows and see what happens. What we get. Oh, whoa. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Woo! Oh my gosh. Runway model on the Steve Harvey Show as a contest in front of Tyra Banks, published spread in Gothic Beauty magazine. Hair model of various major brands in the Midwest show. Video vixen in over 20 hip hop and rap music videos. Whew! Dang. Can I post these, or am I going to be told these were not consensual? You can't post them. Oh, Lord God Almighty. Chicago-based and willing to travel. $15. However, here is her model mayhem page. Woo! Wow. Wow. Gotta fix this so that it shows it all. It's kind of tricky. Oh, here's what I can do. Oh, wow. This is amazing. And I am going to be archiving that tweet because for all I know, it's gonna get my profile shut down. Oh, I gotta sign in. God damn it. I'm gonna do it this way. Wow. It's amazing. All right. So, what have I missed here? Jeremy's still locked out? So yeah, so Jeremy is locked out. This is what got deleted, saying it violated Twitter rules. And she may have, wonder if she went ahead and deleted it. So she was in here. It's a sensitive topic. You don't have to go into detail about being trafficked, but I'm hoping you can clarify this thread. There's claims and videos in this thread that conflict with the timeline you gave and could distract you from your anti-trafficking message. So Manuel Mango is doing quite a background around her. So yeah, y'all, she is just, yeah. It's not really looking like it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And that's so unfortunate, because when it comes to these sort of things, you want to be able to have people that you can look up to. You want to have people that are champions and are doing the right thing and standing up for these people. And then you look around and it comes down and it's like, damn, they're not doing. This may not be what we think it means. And it shouldn't be, I mean, I look at all this and I just kind of think,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
it's kind of what I think. It's kind of what I think. No, no one wants to see this. I got someone on asking for me to follow them on Google. I will go ahead and give this person a follow. I don't really know anything about them. And most and oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out if we ever started on Google like we were supposed to. Yeah, we did. Okay. We started on Rumble like we were supposed to. I was just double checking. Yeah, so you just there have been so many instances and so many times where I have seen people that, you know what, they seem like they're on the right, they seem like they're fighting the good fight, and then I get into it, and the next thing I know, they're not who I thought they were. In this day and age, anybody can be anybody on the internet. But the problem of it is the internet is forever. And because the internet is forever, you get stuff like this. So, at the end of the day, there are just certain things that do not add up. And people want to have someone to believe it. That's what really happens here is that people want to be able to have someone to believe in, someone that they can look up to. And then suddenly it's like nobody is what they seem. Nobody is what we thought that they were. And the problem of it is, though, is that, you can be anybody on the internet sometimes, but the internet is also forever. The internet is forever. And because the internet is forever, we live in a day and age that if you are lying about being a sex trafficking victim, you're gonna get the fuck found out. That's just the way it is. You're gonna get the fuck found out. And it's just sad that she made the mistake that someone made the mistake of reporting that and blowing up her life. And that's the way that people are finding out that she is a fraud. It's unfortunate there are people that have invited her to come and speak at their events, probably paying her. It's sad to think that there are people that probably donate. Sure, let's find out here if she doesn't have it, but she has a podcast. She has a podcast. And she has a YouTube. Oh, she even has a locals. Girl, I don't want to be in your locals right now. No, ma'am. I do not want to be. Do not want to be there. Because you are probably getting roasted. Her locals is probably a dumpster fire right now. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to locals. Let me view this content first.
Right now. On the phone is my best friend. That was such a boomer way to announce that I was being live. Okay, I'm live right now. On the phone is my yeah, I am.
Let's let's share this. I'm not gonna play the sound. I'm not gonna play the sound. So let's see here. Let's see the comments. View comments. Let's see how much they want to charge. Holy! Oh, okay. So if we do, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, but I gotta enter in all my personal dates. Thank you very much. Because I cannot imagine right now that her locals is not a dumpster fire. There is just no way in hell that her locals is not a dumpster fire right now. Well, how is her? How is it not an absolute dumpster fire right now? How? Locals, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. How could you not? How could you not? You know what? We're gonna post my thread. We are gonna post my thread to her locals. Dear Eliza, we have questions. Oh, goodness. Trying to post it here. Hey, Taylor, who's from? Oh, sorry that I just now messed with it. What we're talking about is this woman named Eliza who claims that she is a sex trafficking victim, but there's some things about her story that are just not adding up. And yeah, she tried to say that some pictures posted from a publicly available YouTube video. Someone took some pictures of it and posted them. She tried to say that that was non-consensual. Yeah, that's no. If you go back and you rewind and you watch a little bit, you'll see the whole thing. But it's really starting to look like elizableu is fraud. And again, here's a modeling page. And I'm not the first person to, ever say this, but when someone posted those pictures asking questions about them, and one of her lackeys reported it, she basically has blown up her entire life by saying this right here. And yeah, this is not what it appears at all. It is just very unfortunate because again, people like having somebody that they can to inspire them and make them feel good about the world. And it's just sad that you can't feel good. This is not the good luck story that we thought it was. It just isn't. But I need to go to the restroom. So I am going to pause this here for just a little bit. And I'm going to go do that. I'm going to make a nice big note here. Say what I'm doing. Don't share this tab and don't see my bathroom break. Because, why not? Alright. So we're back. We're back. So that right there is all the latest on hers, and apparently there's just a lot with her that goes back a long time. And if you still remember by now, the original thing that we kind of had going on here was the whole thing with Rekieta Law and Montegraph. And I'm gonna pull up. Eliza Clips always has the greatest clips like ever when it comes to this kind of thing, and will hopefully help summon this up for you. We may have to do some of this on Rumble, and it's just because you're dealing with people who like to clip things, or not clip things, like to report things. Yeah. So as you can see here, she has a lot that various things here. I wonder if she has a playlist. Oh,
Turning super fan. Guys, this last thing, I just want to shout out this super fan. They have not been around for years, and I have missed them.
I want to make sure we're
real
not.
quick, guys, a big shout out.
I want to make sure that we're not listening to this. This is the re-emergence of Montegraph, aka Q West, and we'll play that here.
There's a returning super fan. Guys, this last thing, I just want to shout out this super fan. They have hit social media. And people may not realize this, but this is a really
I
important
don't
thing.
like the way they did that.
So
I'm sorry.
when
We're
you
gonna back
them
this up.
greatly. As you guys may know, there is actually a law called the Americans with Disabilities Act. And when you have the Americans with Disabilities Act, even hits social media. And people may not realize this, but this is a really important thing. So when you start to stream and you get monetized as a streamer, you actually get flagged down by a local law enforcement official, and they say, okay, here we go. We're with the ADA Enforcement Division. They have these in every single town. And we're not here to enforce anything on you yet. What we're here to do is help proactively keep our enforcement at bay. We're here to help you.
For those of you that don't know, this is what led. I guess this is kind of one of the things that led to Montegraph suing Nick.
Help yourself. And so what you need to do is you have to find a retard. And when you find the retard, you have to let them in your chat, and you have to let them say a bunch of stupid stuff and make themselves into complete fools. You may even have to let the chat know that they're very dangerous because they like to have sex with watermelons on video and stuff like that. Because, like, look, they can't help it. They're just retarded. And so I didn't know what I was going to do because I lost mine for a long time. But he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. The Americans with Disability Act Enforcement Division will no longer be bothering me because Montegraph is in the chat. Everybody give a big round of applause. Always broadcasting from like a TJ Maxx dressing room. Montegraph, who loves sweaty sausage. I'm not sure why that's his thing, but that's what he loves to do. He's here though. He's in the chat, and he will be dropping. He will be dropping that, like, it's like one of those guys like that they're mentally like deficient. So they run around, they just masturbate on stuff. Like that's what he does, but with emails and chats and stupid, weird spurging and videos. So watch out, cover your hair just in case, because he likes to spray when he can, and just laugh at him. But that's in the law too. Like it's kind of like a jester, but more cruel. So just a big shout out to Monty. Welcome back, you lovable little retard. Oh, and guys, don't let anybody fool you. Like Montegraph was instrumental in Benghazi. He's a super CIA agent. He's the smartest guy ever. I mean, he can't seem to do anything to anybody, but he is there, and he truly is. I mean, he'll tell you all about it. He'll tell you all about the stuff that he was involved in, that he prevented or started, how he influenced major American news networks just by his mere charismatic presence. It's all documented. Woo!
Now, I can't really go too much into specifics here, but I have it on good authority that supposedly Montegraph is maybe more capable and dangerous than what some people might think.
Okay. Here we go. Wait a minute. I mean,
Gosh.
who could deny the meme smith, the mastermind behind this banger meme right here? This is Montegraph has done it. This is what did me. Montegraph made this like 3 years ago or whatever, and this is what he finally did me in on YouTube right here. Nikki, head counsel for the Sweaty Sausage Squad. I will bend over forwards for your business. The back door is always open. Oh, yeah. Montegraph, the problem you have is that I was saying that long before you came around.
Okay, I see.
Montegraph, Drunkator reserved the ban. I don't know how he reserved the ban. I don't know how he deserved a ban for airing out public information.
Wait, is that?
Real quick, guys, a big
All
shout
right,
out. There's
so
a returning
there was that.
super fan. Guys, this last thing I just
So what's the entire playlist? So this all started back up about 3 months ago after and
if you've been following my
apparently
lawsuit, I know people have been following in the background.
does have a stalker now.
There was a hiccup with my lawsuit.
as a result of what Montegraph has been doing. And he's going to explain
Which was
that.
really fucking fun to deal with, in that I was served right before Christmas. Actually, I was served right before my birthday, and I have a birthday. My daughter has a birthday. We have Christmas, and we do Christmas like 4 times because we got 2 different families, all this shit that we do. Anyway, long story short, prior to my time to respond, I had requested of Monty's
After we,
lawyer an extension
watched
until
this,
January 31st to file my response and to file any motions.
After we watch this,
He
we're
just
gonna
decided
read
not
the
to
lawsuit.
respond to me. And instead, what they did was they moved for a default judgment. Now, for some reason, everybody thought that that would go through and that I would lose the lawsuit or whatever. But I had filed a motion for an extension of time from the court since his lawyer was being a dick, frankly, and just not returning any communications. He even acknowledged that I had sent the communications, that he knew about them, and that he just refused to return them. The court today granted my motion for an extension, so the filings will be coming by January 31st, responding to that lawsuit. I don't know why.
And see, now, it's not unusual. I mean, typically, if you ask for an extension, you're probably going to get it. And unless there's just something really, I don't know, I guess, nefarious going on, that if it's really, like, obvious that you're pulling a fast one on the court here, and you can necessarily prove that you were deliberately, not responding to anything, I mean, you're typically gonna get the extension.
They want to play petty, stupid games rather than act like professionals. But if they want to play petty, stupid games, then this lawsuit is going to be a long and drawn out piece of shit process. And when lawyers do that, it's really fucking gay. And maybe that's what they're going to do, or maybe they'll ship up. My theory, I think Monty doesn't have the money to do a lawsuit, and his lawyers know he doesn't have the money to do a full lawsuit, and they hoped they could get out of this thing on a default, but you can't. You're not going to get out on a default, especially not one where you admit that over the Christmas holiday, you decided to just not fucking answer reasonable requests for an extension. It's not like I asked for 6 months or something crazy.
Newsflash, for those of you that did not know, lawyers are gay. They do gay shit. They are just gay all the time.
A 30-day extension on these things is very, very normal. So I think they were hoping to get out of this thing and not have to try and bill Monty for it, because I don't know where Monty thinks he's going to get the money to pay these people. And if they took it on a contingency, they're even dumber than I've ever thought. And to be fair, I never thought these guys were dumb. I've talked to these lawyers. I've had very cordial relationships with them. I've had very good conversations with them. They've always been nice and professional. And to see them act like this was a genuine surprise, honestly. But that's in the past now. My motion for extension has been granted, and my response or my answer and any motions that we decide to file will be filed prior to the new deadline. So for everybody who is banking on that default going through, I mean, extensions are granted by court all the time. It's really not that big of a deal. Requesting them isn't a big deal. It's only stupid when someone makes it stupid. Oh, and to Montegraph, who I know is watching this, you have a frivolous case. You always had a frivolous case, and you better fucking hope the court doesn't find it frivolous, buddy. But you know none of the statements I said are defamatory in any way. You know you're doing this purely for your own purposes that have nothing to do with a legitimate lawsuit. And you know you're a giant piece of shit. And I know you're watching. I know you're going to report that to your attorneys. Oh, and also your little gay stalker that you keep sending after me and people I know. Will you tell him to fist himself, please? We just go ahead and do that. Your little Minnesota lapdog, the guy who likes to cum guzzle you or whatever. Will you just tell him to fist himself and to fuck off? And if he keeps trying to bother me, I will file a restraining order, and I'll get one since he's a convicted stalker and I've...
In case you didn't know. This is perfectly normal. Perfectly normal for Nick. In case you didn't know, I'm a voice changer. And I like to have fun with my voice changer. My voice changer is loads of fun. And you know what I'm saying? Loads of fun. So yeah. But I digress. We should continue.
And I have every reason to believe he's a dangerous retard. Okay, can you do that? And can you take your cock out of his mouth for 10 seconds? Can you do that too? God, you and your pathetic little posse can just eat shit for all I care. You fucking loser. Well, there, Drunketa, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you and you're gonna pay. Fuck off, loser. Oh, and if either of you two show up on my property, you'll have about 8 seconds to fucking leave, by the way. You won't get much warning. I will treat your presence anywhere near me as a fucking threat.
One thing I will say here
is that this is the up until I saw this video, I had not heard about their being a stalker. So that's interesting. Very, very interesting. And I need to I need to do something real quick here because I want more voices. But I guess I can't purchase the voices right now. Dang, nabbit. Oh well, let's just keep
Fuck you. Spectre says, I'll be sure to retain an actual lawyer, unlike someone. Okay. I have a lawyer for the issues in court. I didn't have a lawyer for the Minnesota procedure shit that will that I could take care of myself. But the Minnesota procedure shit would have been a waste to hire my First Amendment lawyer to do. Sounds like fucking excuse for your lies, you shyster lawyer. No, it didn't make sense for my lawyer
And
to file anything.
I can
while
confirm
there
that after looking at the things that have been filed, that yeah, he does have the lawyer, and that is all
was a
taken care of.
potential default. There's always a possibility. Finger says it can't have a default if you timely respond. But the thing is, I technically didn't respond in a timely manner. Technically, according to the rule. Now, I did make a reasonable request, which shows that I'm not like dodging or avoiding. So there wasn't a defense given, but it was obvious that I was trying to make a defense.
And
so it's
that's true.
It's some
Very,
silly
very true.
bullshit, but it's all done. It's all done now. I'm not worried about it. I think I'm ordered to pay reasonable costs associated with it, which is going to be like an hour or something. Way cheaper than fighting a default. So, how is Montegraph suing for damages? He's a broke fat fuck. Well, see, that's the thing. He would have to somehow, if he won, even in default, he would have to prove his damages. That's going to be a real tough thing for Montegraph. Now, you can get presumed damages for the elements of a civil case. You can say, oh, he accused me of a crime, therefore I get presumed damages for the elements of the case. But for actual damages, he would have to prove out those damages. And since Montegraph probably has never made $50,000 in his entire life, there's no way he could prove that he lost $50,000 due to anything I said. But that's up to him.
A little bit confused here about something that's going on. I can't.
If you've been following my lawsuit, I know people have been following in the back.
So, I mean, that's kind of the most important things that you need to know. And what I'm debating here. There we go. What I'm debating here is whether or not I need to take this exclusively to Rumble. I've been advised that he will try to copyright strike me if I show any of his crap. But yeah. But he, well, I do want to show this. Drunk Rekieta.com. I wonder if it's still. Oh, he's saying it was. This was a whole link that was redirected to something. So this is funny. I think this is funny that Alyssa's Clips has 20 videos all dedicated to Montegraph. Oh my god. It's just too funny. But what we need to do now is we just need to get into it before it gets too late here. I'm old and tired. Just want to, sit on my ass and not do anything. Let's get to the walls over here. We gotta go to here. Probably better capitalize it. Summons and complaint. I believe that this is what we're looking for. I believe. Alright, so now I have to show you something else. Alright, here we go. So apparently they do some things a little bit differently in Minnesota when you're getting sued. They have something called pocket service. And so this is apparently what Nick Rekieta was served initially. Here we go. Okay. So Steve Quest, aka Monograph, versus Nicholas Rekieta and Rekieta Law LLC. And I believe I've heard that he actually had this part wrong. Although, don't quote me on that. Don't ever quote me on anything. And
This is gonna be fun. What's up? You're being sued. You're being sued. The plaintiff has started a lawsuit against you.
I guess we should go back to normal voice. Yeah, you're being sued. The plaintiff has started a lawsuit against you. The plaintiff's case against you is attached to the summons. Do not throw these papers away. They are official papers that affect your rights. You must respond to this lawsuit even though it may not yet be filed with the court and there may be no court file number on this summons. Yeah, because pocket service means that they go ahead and they serve you, but it hasn't officially been filed with a court, and you may get it resolved before you ever get to court. There may not be any need to do any of this. There may not be any need to do any of this whatsoever. But as you can see, there's gonna be a need. The need shall rise. You must reply within 20 days to protect your rights. You must give or mail to the person who signed the summons a written response called an answer within 20 daes of the date on which you received the summons. You must send a copy of your answer to the person who signed the summons located at Dave W. Snyder, yada yada yada. That's their their law office. You must respond to each claim. The answer is your written response to the plaintiff's complaint. In your answer, you must state whether you agree or disagree with each paragraph of the complaint. If you believe the plaintiff should not be given everything you asked for in the complaint, you must say so in your answer. You will lose your case if you did not sign a written response to the claim to the person who signed the summons. If you do not answer within 20 days, you will lose this case. You will not get to tell your side of the story, and the court may decide against you and award the plaintiff everything the plaintiff asked for in the complaint. If you do not want to contest the claims stated in the complaint, you do not need to respond. A default judgment can then be entered against you for the relief requested by the maid. And then, it's just like, the parties may agree to be ordered to persuade an alternative dispute resolution process under Rule 114 of the Minnesota General Practice. You must still send your written response to the complaint, even if you have to use alternative means resolving this dispute. So that's kind of just an introduction from his lawyer thing. And this is the actual complaint. Defendant Nicholas Rekieta resides in the city of Spicer, county of Kaneohe. Oh, Minnesota. What is it with the names? My goodness. He is an attorney licensed in the state of Minnesota and owner of the law firm called Rekieta Law LLC, a limited liability company duly registered pursuant to Statute 322C, also named as defendant. Defendant maintains an office presence in the city of Owatonna, county of Steele, state of Minnesota, and also the city of Spicer, county of Kaneohe. Oh my word, Minnesota! At all times, relevant defendant Nicholas Rekieta has resided in the county of state of Minnesota, which we're not even going to bother anymore. At all times relevant in addition to practicing law, defendant Nicholas Rekieta, on behalf of defendant Later LLC, has regularly produced videos on the internet where he discusses legal matters as well as matters unrelated to his law practice. Video production, as described herein, produces income for the defendant. I have no idea why it says defendants. I guess it's because they're talking about both him and him as a person and the LLC. That must be what it is. The plaintiff, Steve Quest, is an entertainer, artist, and video producer who resides in the state of Colorado. Historically, Steve Quest used the name Montygraph as a trade name for the service he offered and videos he creates. At all times relevant, Steve Quest also uses the name Montygraph and Monty, derived from the name Montography, as well as October Rains, as trade names later as an online screen names for video and computer productions. At all relevant times, defendants Nicholas created information videos which he published using the name Defendant Rekieta Law LLC, in addition to offering legal advice and analysis. Defendant Nicholas engages in hyperbole and comedy. Okay, say again. He engages in hyperbole and comedy. So, what was that video that we watched from Lisa Clips? Was that intended as hyperbole and comedy? Maybe? Upon information belief, Nicholas Rekieta writes, directs, produces, and appears in all such videos published using the name of Defendant Rekieta Law LLC. Defendant Nicholas Rekieta will also appear on shows hosted by others as well. All these shows' productions are designed primarily for electronic publication via the internet. Some are recorded for later publication, and some are live streamed, but all work is done for profit as they are accompanied by online advertising. Yeah. I mean, I don't really get this. This is the thing that I don't understand about lawyers. Does anybody really need you to explain YouTube? Like, it's ridiculous that you have to pay anybody to write that entire thing and to explain all of that. Like, who the fuck cares? Gets to the point. Stop charging me to write all this shit. Defendant Defendant Nicholas Rekieta will often appear with guests who make appearances from other physical locations, but all appear on a single screen. Again, we're explaining the internet. We're explaining YouTube. We're explaining how live streaming works. Some of the suggestions are characterized as law-splaining, where legal topics and lawsuits are explained while defendant Nicholas Rekieta drinks Scotch whiskey. Oh no! I don't. This is what I have. I got this. And I got this. Although, honestly, since I'm having someone explain to me how YouTube works, I'm really kind of feeling like I need something stronger. It's just like, are we really going to do this? Are we really going to explain the internet? We're really going to explain YouTube. We're really going to do this. Okay. Now, where were we? Lawsuits are explained while defendant Nicholas Rekieta drinks Scotch whiskey. At all times relevant, defendant Rekieta Law LLC is presented with these videos and appears in form of stylized logo. Defendant publish and post these videos and productions on YouTube, Rumble, and other services. Yep. All true. It's all true! Every last damning part of it is true! It's all true. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
You like that? You like that?
Do you like it? Do you like that it's true? I like that it's true. But let's get back to it, shall we? Defendants have engaged in false statements concerning the plaintiff and published them, of which plaintiff and others have become aware. Plaintiff has resided in a number of states of the Union, including Colorado and Illinois. Despite not being a Minnesota resident, plaintiff has seen and heard these false statements from observing, watching, and listening to the videos published by defendant on the internet. Where defendant on the internet, where defendants know these videos and live streams can be seen anywhere in the world by anyone with a computer access. Really? That's how it works? No. I don't think that's no. I'm in denial. I don't believe that's not the way it works. Why is 90% of this lawsuit explaining how YouTube works? Why? I don't understand. Despite not being a resident of the plaintiff has seen and shared these false statements. Defendant Nicholas Rekieta has made statements about plaintiff knowing these statements were false. And knowing that by making those false statements about plaintiff, he would cause harm. At all times, defendant Nicholas Rekieta made false statements about plaintiff. He did so knowing those false statements would be published, defamatory, slanderous, libelous, and would cause plaintiff harm to his good name, credit, and reputation. There are many such instances to reference, but these three specific instances are described in paragraphs 6, 7, and 8 below. On October 6, 2022, defendant Nicholas Rekieta was a guest on a live stream program called Megan Fox Investigates for an interview about why defendant Nicholas Rekieta was banned from YouTube. During this live stream, defendant Nicholas made false statements of sexual nature about plaintiff. I'm not sure, but I think that the issue here is that you have to be very specific. False statements of a sexual nature. Well, what specifically were the false statements? You have to be able to say, here's what it was, here was the example, this is what was said. And it's my understanding from others that I've listened to that this document never does that. Let's continue. On October 13th, 2022, defendant published a video in which another lawyer named Andrew Adesky, also known as Legal Mindset, appeared as a guest. Legal Mindset is his YouTube name. This kind of doxed his last name that a lot of people didn't know. How nice of you, Monty. Yeah. How nice of you. Let's continue. During this published video, defendant Nicholas Rekieta accused plaintiffs of disgusting crimes against children, pedophilia, then stated plaintiffs should probably be shot in the fucking head. This is getting a little bit more specific. I don't know. Maybe with that he has something actionable. I don't know. Maybe. On October 18th, 2022, defendant published a video with several guests who were named as lawyers: Steve Gosney, Sean Martin, and Kurt Miller, serving as a panel where Mimi of Guns, AK-47, and pointed out plaintiff's head, accompanied by defendant assuming installed statements about plaintiff. But again, he's got to say exactly what those are, and so far he's not doing that. He's saying that they're false, but he's not saying what exactly was false. But maybe we'll get into it here. Plaintiff realleges each and every claim, allegation, and paragraph herein and further complaints. Defendant, through managers, administrators, and officials acting on behalf of defendant within the scope of their employment, including defendant Nicholas Rekieta, caused to be published to third persons with no privilege, false interference survey as alleged above, to wit, the plaintiff engaged in criminal conduct as a pedophile pervert and whose life is worthless and should be ended. I don't think paraphrasing. This is almost like paraphrasing. I don't think paraphrasing is what. I don't know. I don't think you can just paraphrase. I think you gotta list out specifically what it was that he said. And since it's on video, you should probably have the fucking timestamps. I mean, yeah, I would. I would include timestamps. Defendant Nicholas Rekieta was working and acting in the scope of his employment enterprise as a creator and producer of videos that were published for profit when he defamed plaintiff. Defendant published the aforesaid defamatory statements with knowledge of the falsity and with malice and wanton disregard for the truthfulness or effect upon plaintiff, and or with reckless indifference to the effect of such publication upon plaintiff, all of which was reasonably foreseeable to defendant Rekieta law. But see, that's not. I don't know. I've been told that there are issues with this, and I might be able to pull up something that kind of breaks down why there was issues with it. A reasonable person under similar circumstances received the defamatory publication would undoubtedly construe the false statements by defendant Nicholas Rekieta as completely imputing criminal conduct involving moral turpitude upon plaintiff. Okay. As a direct and proximate result of defense malicious and defamatory statements with respect to plaintiff personally, plaintiff's employment, business, and profession have suffered damage. His reputation, his profession, and the community and have suffered. And plaintiff continues suffering loss of standing and opportunity for growth. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. As a direct and proximate result, defendant's mean-spirited, immoral, and illegal actions. Illegal I mean, illegal implies that this is something that he can go to jail for. And I can almost guarantee you that he has said nothing that he can go to jail for. Nothing. As illegal actions, words, and deeds, slander, libel, false statements, plaintiffs have suffered from distress, humiliation, embarrassment, loss of reputation, loss of enjoyment of life, lost income, wages, money, and plaintiff has incurred attorney fees and expenses and other serious damages. I mean, yeah, you incurred attorney fees because you decided to sue, insisting something was illegal. Illegal implies that he should be in jail. I'm sorry. Plaintiff count 2, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiff realleges each and every claim, allegation, paragraph herein, and further complaints. As a direct and proximate result of the defendant's continuing wrongful conduct, baseless accusations, false statements, defendants have caused plaintiffs to suffer severe emotional stress and trauma that no reasonable person could be expected to endure. See, this is what got Amber Heard kind of in some trouble. When Amber Heard claimed that she was experiencing emotional distress, that allowed Johnny Depp's team to insist that she go under examination, a psychiatric examination. And that way, I guess, we kind of determine the extent to which she suffered some kind of emotional distress. And so anytime that you claim something like this in a lawsuit, they could have you talk to a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. They will give you tests that will try to prove whether or not you are experiencing stress, etc., that can be tied to the things that you are saying that the defendant has said about you. The course of defendant's wrongful conduct was so extreme and outrageous that it goes beyond all possible bounds of decency and is utterly intolerable in a civilized society like in the state of Minnesota. Defendants, by their extreme and outrageous conduct complained herein, intentionally caused plaintiff to suffer severe emotional distress. As a direct and promised the result of defendant's illegal action. I don't understand the use of illegal actions in this context. I just don't. I hear illegal, and I say that there is. I hear jail time. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. As a result, and approximate result of the defendant's illegal actions, words, and deeds, plaintiff has suffered from distress, humiliation, embarrassment, loss of reputation, loss of enjoyment of life, lost income, and has incurred attorney fees and expenses, and suffered other serious damages. There was a lot of questions about whether or not he has a job, whether or not he really makes any kind of money. Well, like Nick, he may have some money that he makes from YouTube. Because you can go on to Montegraph's channel and you can super chat. He, I'm assuming, is monetized to get ads for at least some of his things, and he can make money that way. But other than that, I don't think he gets contracted to do anything. Count to negligence of negligence. Is that a typo? I believe it is. Negligent infliction of emotional distress. And see, I'm like the worst typist ever, so, I have no room to talk. Plaintiff relates each and every claim, allegation, paragraph herein, and further complaints. I'm asking whether it needs to be complaints. Maybe complaints is the right legal terminology. Let's continue. As a direct process result of offensive wrongful conduct, mean-spirited words and deeds, defendant engaged in a direct invasion of the plaintiff's rights by their slander, libel, and other willful, wanton, or malicious conduct, which caused plaintiff to be in reasonable fear of his life. Okay. Defendant's wrongful conduct, failure to act, redact, apologize, or attempt to withdraw its favorable statement suggests the plaintiff should be killed, were negligent, and gross disregard for plaintiff's well-being, and were direct violation of plaintiff's rights as a human being. So, wait a minute. Was he violating his civil rights or causing him emotion? What? Is he saying that this is a civil rights violation? Oh my god. Defendant's actions, words, and deeds have caused plaintiffs to suffer severe mental and emotional distress. As a direct and approximate result of defendant's illegal actions, words, and deeds, plaintiffs suffer distress, humiliation, embarrassment, lost reputation, loss of enjoyment of life, lost income, and incurring attorney fees, expenses, and other serious damages. Wherefore, plaintiff specifically prays that the practice of defendant's complaint of herein be adjudged, decreed, and declared in violation of the rights secured by plaintiff by the laws of the state of Minnesota. The defendant must be required to make plaintiff whole, and that a permanent prohibition and judgment be issued prohibiting defendant from engaging in the practices complained of herein. Plaintiff be awarded compensatory damages and amount to be established at trial. The judgment may be entered against the defendants in a sum in excess of $50,000, together with his cost, interest, and disbursement and attorney fees. That the grant such other and further relief as it deems fair and equitable. What I would love nothing more is if Monty decided to represent himself. I mean, if you thought watching the Waukesha guy who horribly deleted a bunch of people by choosing to drive his van into a crowd. You thought watching that was just, put a needle in my eyes? I don't think you understand what it would be like to watch him defend himself in a court of law. Or argue this in a court of law. So that's oh my goodness. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's all we got. But there's more. There's more. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. So, that was the initial complaint that was received by Rekieta Law himself. And I think that what you saw there was basically what was eventually filed by the court. But we're going to look at Affidavit of attorney. What was that ended up being 16 fucking pages? Was that this? Oh, goodness. Okay, that was. That just includes some additional things showing the showing that he had been served. I think most of it is everything that we already know. What I actually want to show you is when he asked for the default judgment. Y'all, it was bad. It's bad. So bad. Well, I guess there is some things here. It's talking about how he has selected 4 true and correct videos. I gotta figure out here. One thing that's a little bit confusing about their website, the Minnesota's court, is they oftentimes you're going, what the fuck is this? And sometimes it's like it's hard to this might be a okay, here's the default judgment. This is what I was looking for. Because I think it's hilarious. And that's all that really matters, is that I think it's hilarious. I don't know why my computer does this. I try to click on that and it closes it out. Don't fucking close it out. I want to share it. Oh well, you know, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is the way that it is. We're gonna zoom in here. plaintiff's notice or latest notice of motion and motion for default judgment. Okay, well, no, this is not the entire thing. This is not the entire thing. It's just that, come on, Minnesota State Bar, do better at labeling this fucking shit so that people know what the fuck they're looking at. Okay, that would be great. Is that... Damn it. Which one of these is the one that I'm looking for? Okay, I think I found it. So stupid. It really is. It really is dumb. Alright. So, I seem to remember this. No, this isn't. Oh! This is not what I want! It's infuriating. Okay. There we go. Alright. So this is Memorandum Sword of Default Judgment. As you know, we are professionals here. So, here we go. Defendant Nicholas Rekieta, through his law firm, Rekieta Law LLC, produces videos, engages in live stream, and publishes on the internet. Such publication is often referred to as a podcast. I don't think he... I don't know that he has ever called what he does a podcast. Some people definitely call what they do a podcast, but I don't think Nick Rekieta is one of them. I mean, I could be wrong. In a number of subjects, he has defamed the plaintiff, Steve Quest. Despite being asked to retract defamatory comments, the defendant has persisted, and to the present day continues defaming and indeed taunting the plaintiff. The plaintiff didn't cancel, and on a complaint was served with a summons by the county. Oh my god. The county sheriff on December 12th, 2022. I cannot say that word. The period of time for defendant to answer 20 days expired. Defendant has not answered the complaint and is now in default as described in Minnesota R Civil P 5501. Pursuant to Minnesota R Civ P 5501, with the praise for an order from the court finding defendant's failure to answer the complaint within the time required by law. Why did it do 2 pages on me? However, law is the basis for their default judgment against defendant. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. This is going to make this. My system is going to make this as hard as you possibly can. That's all there is to it. Okay, undisputed facts, page 2, which is what I was trying to get to. Defendant offers legal opinions over the internet on video programs he created and publishes. Members of the general public may access these videos using computers, cell phones, tablets, etc. connected to the internet. Again, why do we have to explain any of this? Yeah, you have to have internet access. You know, they watch it through remote viewing. Don't you all know that? That's how you watch this stuff. You look at your computer screen long enough, and it just magically shows up. It's amazing. According to the Minnesota Secretary of State, defendant is a resident of the county, although he has a business presence in the city of Owatonna, Minnesota. And they have a attached affidavit of David W. Snyder, Martin Exhibit A. On all times relevant during the video's live stream and podcast, defendant will discuss law, usually along with other lawyers, and those interested in particular legal subjects who also appear in the video. Other viewers and guests and questions and comments to the defendant during the live presentation, the defendant reads aloud and responds. In recent years, plaintiff Steve Quest, a Colorado-based artist and video producer, became the object of defendant's scorn and contempt. Nicholas Rekieta read a lawsuit that he filed, and he criticized it. And he's been going after Rekieta ever since, but for the longest time, he's kind of been silent. He hasn't been around, and then all of a sudden, boom, Monty is back again. But this makes it sound like that it's been everyday, constant for years. In recent years, it's been constant. Every video. No. In recent years, played sequence Colorado-based artist videos being attached to the defendant's recorded an attempt. Latest appears in videos using the online handle of Montagraph. Upon information believed, defendant and plaintiff have never met. However, it is apparent the defendant does not like plaintiff's art and does not like the video production created by plaintiff. He's allowed. He's allowed. He's totally allowed to say your work is shit. And I've reviewed some of what he has done. And there were things about it that were okay, but it really wasn't all that great. It wasn't all. I mean, as someone who has done some short films, I know a lot of what goes into it. And if you compare to what you may see typically in a production, I mean it's good. You know, you cannot compare it to, say, I don't know, the Avengers, quality-wise. But it was okay for what someone of his status would be able to turn out in a live stream. In a production. At some point, the complaint for a plaintiff culminated in defendant making defamatory comments during live stream performance. Plaintiff became aware of critique, commentary, and defamation from others in the interviewed defendant's production and notified plaintiff the same. Upon information and belief, defendant enjoys over 500,000 subscribers, which suggests that at any time 500,000 people may receive defamatory comments published by defendant against plaintiff. He's allowed. Critiquing and commentary isn't considered. I don't. Yeah. Attached to the references to episodes where defamatory comments made against the plaintiff are recorded. Okay, imagine the video. Now we're getting into meat and potatoes. You can't just say something was defamatory. You have to say exactly what was defamatory, and up until now we've not seen that. They're marked as Exhibit B. The defamation by defendant is self-explanatory and best evidence of defamation. However, plaintiff notes 3 specific instances where defendant obtained it. defamed him. On October 6, 2022, defendant was a guest on a live stream program called Megan Fox Investigates for an interview about why defendant was banned from YouTube. During this live stream, defendant made various false statements of a sexual nature about plaintiff. Yeah. I think you have to be specific and you have to see what they were. On October 13, 2022, defendant published a video in which lawyers named Andrew Tieske appeared as a guest. This seems like everything that we've already... I'm confused. I thought this was supposed to be... Okay. I mean, I guess... Alright. On October 13, 2022, defendant published a video in which another lawyer named Andrew Adeski, the guest, and, again, as we mentioned previous, would be shot in the head. So we're kind of rehashing everything here that he said in the previous filing. I don't think the judge needs to do that, but this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. On October 18, 2022, defendant published a video with several guests who were named as lawyers Stephen Gosney, Sean Martin, and Kurt Mueller, serving as a panel, where a meme of guns, AK-47s, pointed at plaintiff's head, accompanied by defendant making false statements about plaintiff. Rather than retract defamatory statements, discontinue mean and hurtful speech, or simply change the subject of conversation moving away from plaintiff, defendant continued and has doubled down even to the present day. For instance, on January 11, 2023, defendant called plaintiff a retard on yet another such live stream. I don't know that that's something that's considered defamatory. I haven't been able to find anybody who's a lawyer to get on here and read through with me this shit. But so what? He called you a retard. Out of all the things that's it's just stupid. Rather than retract his defamatory statements, discontinue mean and hurtful speech. Down called him a that. Defendant refused to retract. Plaintiff retained a lawyer, and summons and complaints were served upon defendant. During the copy of the summons and complaint, along with is attached to it's marked as with a C. Served defendant near his home near Spicer, Minnesota on December 12th. Defendant had 20 days to answer. To date, no answer has been served upon plaintiff. Defendant is not in the armed forces of such protection by the Service Members Civil Relief Act. On or about December 30th, defendant called the office of Steiner and Madsen and requested an extension of time to retain a lawyer. On about the same time, he sent an email to your author. Said, your author requested extension to answer until January 31st. In neither communication did defendant deny the factual allegations within the complaint against him. Your author did not respond to the defense call or email in part because your author was not present in the office from December 28th until January 9th. An extension to answer was not granted because you were... This is why he was granted the extension. This is why. He had 20 days. He was served on the 12th. And so they talked about how he has been out of town. He had birthday parties. Rule 55 default. When a party against him for of relief is sought, he has failed to plead or otherwise defend within the time allowed, therefore, by these rules or by statute, and that fact is not able to appear by affidavit, judgment, or default shall be entered against the party as follows. I'm not reading all that. No. Not doing it. And so this talks about how they have to schedule the hearings and all this shit. The defendant, a licensed practicing lawyer, has discovered a method to enrich himself by sharing legal advice and talking about lawsuits during video shows published on the internet. Those of us who recall attorney William F. Buckley in his TV show Firing Line may also recall how such shows develop into shouting matches or become mired in the mundane. They were easily switched off. In contrast, defense has subtly introduced humor and hyperbole during portions of episodes. However, during that same episode, defense was again to seriously like, oh my god. So what you're basically saying is he was better at doing this than William F. Buckley was with his TV show, The Firing Line. Are you fucking kidding me? Is your arrest argument, Monograph, really to say like, oh, it was so easily to turn it off because William F. Buckley wasn't good. It was just a shouting match, but no! Rekieta law is entertaining. Defendant sometimes engages in a segment he calls Law Sweaty, where he discusses law while drinking Scotch whiskey and appears to become intoxicated while doing so. Yeah. Defendant is certainly entitled to work in any capacity permitted by law or work as an entertainer, and is certainly entitled to express himself as permitted by a First Amendment, enjoy a decent living in the process. This action does not seek to restrict the right of free expression, only the hurtful, defamatory statements made by concerning plaintiff. I can't get over that. He is better than William F. Buckley. Oh, Lord have mercy. None of the above defendant has abused his right to really, and he has repeatedly injured plaintiff. He has failed to recontract his mean-spirited. Oh my gosh. And continues harassing plaintiffs after a lawsuit commenced even to the present day. Most concerning is the inference that plaintiff is a pedophile. Plaintiff is not a pedophile, has never been so charged or convicted. Statements are defamatory per se if they falsely accuse a person of crime, of having a loathsome disease, or of unchastity, or if they refer to improper or incompetent conduct involving a person's business, trade, or profession. Pedophile is none of those things. Pedophile is not a crime. Pedophile. Oh my god. Let's look up the. Are we gonna look up the definition of pedophile? Yeah, we're gonna look up the definition. Pedophile. Pedophile. It simply means a person who is sexually attracted to children. So, yeah, is it a horrible thing to be attracted to children? Is that in and of itself illegal? No. It is what your actions as a result of being attracted to minors is illegal. You could be a pedophile, but never have committed a illegal conduct with a minor. Statements are defamatory per se if they falsely accuse a person of a crime, having a loathsome disease. It's not a loathsome disease. Or of unchastity. Well, I mean, maybe. Or if they refer to improper or incompetent conduct of a responsible person's business, trade, or profession. Well, God, I hope being a pedophile is not a profession. Oh. Answer to the Camera restatement of torts with regard to false accusations of crime. The words need not carry upon their face a direct imputation of a crime. It is sufficient if the words spoken in their ordinary substance would naturally presumably be understood in the connection and other circumstances which they are used to impute a charge of a crime. In accordance with this principle, courts have held the statements that impute serious sexual misconduct are defamatory per se. Again, being a person who is sexually attracted to children. But if you use it in a sentence, like you could say he is a serial pedophile and we have no idea how many other boys he has abused. So, I mean, let's continue. Restatement of torts, stating the statements that are actionable because they include serious sexual misconduct may also be actionable under the rule. The statements that impute a crime are defamatory per se. On October 23rd, 2022, and this is at the very end here in fine print. Defendant state plaintiff has always been something the little boys. And that plaintiff is a faggot and should probably be shot in the fucking head. I mean, I personally would never say that about anybody. But I don't know. Can you sue somebody or that? Can you sue them? That's what we're gonna find out. The test is not whether the defendant intended to make the accusation, but whether a reasonable person under similar standards when it stands statement of making an accusation or in putting criminal serious misconduct to another. The test is whether a reasonable person would believe the statement to be defamatory. So if for some reason unknown to your author doesn't even have the sense of decency to couch comments in the form of an opinion. After all, statements of pure opinion are not actionable in defamation. Mickey versus Lorian. Rather, only statements that present or imply the existence of fact that can be proven true or false are actionable under defamation law. So, how does he prove that he's not a pedophile? How does he prove that he is not sexually attracted to children? Somebody could go their entire life and you would never know that they are a pedophile. I mean, a person who is sexually attracted to children. Because there might not be any obvious signs. He may not have any proof that he has child porn. For example. You may not be able to find anyone that can say, oh, yes, he did terrible, horrible things to me. But that's right, that's child porn. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But how can he be expected to prove that? Minnesota. Okay, so true or false? are actionable under state defamation law. So how do you prove that it's false? In Minnesota, courts consider 4 factors when determining whether a statement is one of fact or opinion: the precision and specificity of the statement's verifiability, the social and literary context of the statement, and 4, the public context in which the statements were made. Under a Beeple analysis, it has uttered what he wants his viewers to believe are factual statements, not opinions. First, the statement that the plaintiff engaged in pedophilia is specific and precise. Second, such statement can be verified. Indeed, they are recorded and presented to this court as Exhibit B. Is that talking about the precision of this video of the statement's verifiability? You can verify that he said it, but can you verify that whatever he said happened? That's what I'm wondering if that's supposed to mean here. And they're trying to say, oh yes, we can verify that he said it. We can verify that he said it. We can verify that he said it. Such statements can be verified if they were recorded and presented to the courts as Exhibit B. You can verify that he said it. Can you verify that what he said is false? That's my question. Can you verify that it's false? Is that what that means? The statement's verifiability. Are we talking about being able to prove that he said it, or are we talking about being able to prove that what he said is true? That's my question. We may never know for sure. We may never know for sure. I want to make sure that I still have sound here. Yes, I do. Okay. Second, such statements can be verified. Indeed, they are recorded and presented in this court as Exhibit B. Indeed, the court may independently access a computer, go online, and view these episodes. Sua sponte, arguably, defendant continues to defame claim that every time an archived episode is watched. Finally, as the third, fourth factors regarding the context in which statements were made, the videos for Rekieta Law LLC involve significant legal explanation analysis by at least one and often more than one practicing lawyer. The hyper, parabolic, and sometimes slapstick humor gives way to straight-faced, serious discussion during these episodes. There's no laugh track, jazz band, or sidekick gesture. Think Ed McCann to suggest to even the most serious-minded individual that shows her. Oh my god. Okay.
I need it. Nick Rekieta, how dare you not have a laugh track? I highly resent this. I demand a laugh track every single time, no questions asked. Otherwise, it will be taken seriously.
Oh my god. track. It's not. It's not that kind of show. I mean, you can insert laugh tracks if you want, and I totally think that Nick Rekieta should start inserting laugh tracks. Because what the voice mod program that I would need to pay probably more in order to show that, you can do a laugh track. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm gonna try again to see if it's gonna let me pay. It wasn't letting me do it earlier. All right. Here we go. I think I've got it here. We're gonna get a laugh track going. So, okay. Search laugh track. This is what you need to have, Nick. We're just gonna keep this here. There's also a boss laugh. Then there's the evil laugh. This was worth. This was the worst. This was worth the $17.99 I just charged. Totally worth it. Okay. Here we go. The contents of the Steve Froman case, like Lee versus Metropolitan Airport Commission, where the social contents of the statement of the gossip and banter would not lead the listener to believe the statements as fact. Oh. Just organizing some things better here. 428 Northwest 2D 815 821 Minnesota 1988. At least with respect to plaintiff, a viewer of defendant's videos would presume that defendant's description of plaintiff was accurate, not exaggerated or hyperbolic. Thus, pursuant to the Babel holding, defendant's statements about defendant are defamatory. Defamatory. I see. I have to stop, and I have to listen to myself do it. It's just more fun that way. Defendant has not answered the complaint. Minnesota R. Civ P55 sets forth the standard for default. Over 20 days have elapsed since the defendant was served and considered additional time to respond, given weekend holidays set forth in Minnesota R. Defendant's answer is overdue. While litigants and their lawyers routinely grant extension to answer pleadings, especially when the lawyers are hard-pressed to meet deadlines due to excessive work, inadequate staff, illness, holidays, etc., no law, right, or custom permits and interference such extension is automatically granted. In the case the defendant was served by the county sheriff through personal service, but no answer has been served upon the plaintiff. Indeed, if one excessive commentary defendant on his most recent progress, he actually hasn't retained his prospective lawyer to open a file. The question begs, defendant is a lawyer perfectly capable of drafting and serving an answer. Why is defendant spending time creating videos and publishing them on the internet when he could spend an hour or two simply answering the complaint? What? Why? Why? I mean, come on. What's the deal here? Why are you creating videos? Oh, I don't know, because maybe it's his job? I mean, it's his job. It's how he gets paid. Mm-hmm. And you know, he might even eventually have a laugh track while he does it. Your author post defendant's delay is intentional. Yeah, it's intentional. And, you know, and the whole entire time that he's not doing it, he's just going... The audience laughs. Your author opposed defendant's delay is intentional, after all. Defendant's lack of action is worthy of discussion on his videos, which will draw the attention of more viewers. More viewers leads to more fame, prestige, and income for the defendant. Counsel or plaintiff has viewed the videos over Exhibit B and others. Defendant alludes to opening crowdsourcing. I mean, can you get more diabolical than that? I mean, his evilness is being proved over and over again. It's just... And you know that the whole entire time that he's talking about it, he's inwardly laughing like... Or maybe it's more like this. His audience most definitely is laughing. Most definitely. They're all just going... I'm gonna have way too much fun. Way too much fun. excuse me. I think my allergy medication is wearing off. More views leads to more fame, prestige, and income for defendant. Counsel Related has videos on XMV and others. Defendant alludes to opening the crowdsourcing of GoFundMe accounts to raise money where viewers can donate money to defendant's case. Defendant appears to be selling ad time to the companies who pay for the privilege of displaying advertisements during defendant's videos. Yeah? I mean, it's kind of the way it works, and he's been doing this since before he ever mentioned Monograph. It's a relatively new thing, but it's not tied directly to Monograph. Again, another source of income. I mean, how dare you? How dare you have a source of income? I gotta make sure I got the proper laughing pulled up. Sometimes not only are they laughing, but in summary, defendant is enriched by controversy. Thus, he likely does not want to answer the complaint. Oh my goodness. We need to find another. What's a good. What's a good sound after this?
Whoa.
Here we go again. Another source of income.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, in summary, defendant is enriched by controversy, thus he likely does not want to answer.
Whoa.
I mean, it all comes back to the money, people. All comes back to the money. It all comes back to the money. After all, motion practice may be exciting to defendant. We'll have more discussed on his videos, which again generate income.
Whoa.
The behavior of Alex Jones following the Sandy Hook murders comes to mind. What? What? So which is it? Are we are we Alex Jones? Or are we the legendary Ed McMahon? Oh goodness. Because again, that fire line thing, we talked about that too. I got the host of that. And now Now we're to Alex Jones. We're an Alexander story. It's gonna get dangerous. We're in Alex Jones territory, people. What is the consequence of an entry for a default judgment? Plaintiff argues the court grants plaintiff's motion that defendant is in default and plaintiff entitled to judgment. However, the matter should be scheduled anew on a later date after a period of time for discovery is completed, where plaintiff will present evidence to the court to justify a monetary judgment. In the matter at bar, plaintiff demanded an amount in excess of $50,000. Thus, entry of judgment should be by the court as opposed to the court administrator. Minnesota, our actions standing in court must be presented to the court for judgment. At the second hearing, plaintiff will offer additional evidence of instances of defamation, as well as after evidence of actual compensatory damages. Courts in determining the courts determine the amount due or receive the proof as to any other factor it deems necessary to give judgment. The broad language of these rules place no restriction upon the manner in which the court may find that which is desires to know. The court may even delegate the power to determine the amount of judgment to referee as permitted. A defendant is a local lawyer who has become famous on the internet.
Whoa.
Cultivating a personality using modern video production techniques and creating a product easily published on the internet. Unfortunately, defendant injured plaintiff and defamed him in a manner that is causing great stress and worry to plaintiff. Defendant has had ample time to answer the complaint, but dithers.
He dithers. He dithers. What can I say? He dithers. Dithering! Stop dithering! It's not funny! I'm gonna do this properly now. It's not funny! It's really not funny! I can't help it! Dithering it's a condition, I'm telling you! It's an occupational hazard! I'm a lawyer, damn it!
Okay. He dithers, all the while producing more videos, which he publishes on the internet to stir up additional interest into the matter, generating more fame, notoriety, and income.
Whoa.
This just should not be allowed.
You don't understand! I'm a lawyer, damn it!
You're right. No one really understands. We've gone from being better than the show, the firing line or whatever it was, to being Ed McMahon, and now we're Alex Jones. The court should order a defendant in favor of plaintiff against defendant, then order a hearing to be held on the matter of damages and the amount of judgment. Well, I got good news and I got bad news for you. The bad news for you, Monty, is that the extension was granted. The judge has not actually ruled on the default motion. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's waiting until they do their upcoming phone call to be like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I mean, I cannot tell you whether or not he's actually made the case for any of this, really. I can't, because I'm not a lawyer. But there is definitely some of it that I find quite hilarious. Well, folks, that's all I have for tonight. I have been in contact with both lawyers. I'm waiting for Montegraph's lawyer to respond to some questions that I sent. It is a possibility that we will get at least a statement from Nick Rekieta's lawyer. At some point, he might be willing to do an interview. I just gotta type up the questions and send them to him. And yeah. So it's been almost 4 hours, y'all. And I, as usual, this has just kind of been my open letter in the internet. Had very little action, very, very little people watching. But I like making open letters to the internet. I think it's fun. I like being able to just talk and rattle on about absolutely nothing. But again, that's all for tonight. And so, before we go here, we need to check Rumble. Let's see if anything was said on Rumble that I should know about. No. As typical, there is no comments on Rumble. I do see that we do have a new follower, so we are now at 81 on Rumble. I think that deserves applause. So we gotta get applause added here. We need applause for 81. And also, we had 6 likes, everybody. 6 likes. It's pretty amazing. So, goodness. We need to add some more here. Eh. We should download Chipmunk as well.
Yes, chipmunks are always fun. They're always fun to have around. Why is the chipmunk?
All right, everybody. So, as we go here, I just want you to all remember that, you know what? This is the universe. It's big and it's huge and it's wide. And this is you and I. But remember, it takes all of these to fill the universe and make the universe what it's supposed to be. So, who knows? Maybe we will find that the judge is gonna say, "Well, you can't say those type of things. You can't call someone a pedophile if they're not really a pedophile. You can't say they're sexually attracted to children if they're not really sexually attracted to children." I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with all that, but just remember that, you know. Yes, again, this is the universe. This is you and I. But it takes all of these little things to make the universe what we want it to be. So you are all important part of that universe. Your life matters, and your contributions to the universe matters.